Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's learn with Aftab Aman. Dear students, now we will discuss the 16th chapter of The Prisoner of Zenda, and the name of the chapter is A Desperate Plan. Dear students, as we discussed in previous chapter that Rassendyll is now looking forward for some decisive action. We know that his adventure to Jacob's ladder failed, or he could not achieve what he wanted to achieve. Now he is looking for some serious action, and he's looking to take some decisive action and bring the original king back and to resolve all the matters that are going in the state of Ruritania. In the beginning of this chapter, again, Rassendyll was thinking about his meeting with Rupert that happened in last chapter, and Rupert was also giving some offer to Rassendyll that we have already discussed. And at the same time, Rassendyll was worried that the investigation is also started on the instructions of the ambassador of England, that a person from his country is missing. So he was worried that the investigation is also going on. And once again, the public they were somehow not satisfied because the king was absent from the Israel. So the king was missing from the capital, and he was wandering here and there. But at least he said that the Princess Philavia was with him. So he was trying to manage the things, but he was looking forward for some speedy action at this time. Then, after this, when he was alone and he was thinking, then the John again came there, and there was again a message from the John. We know that Rassendyll gives him a handsome amount of money, and the John was a greedy person. Though the information that John has shared previously, he lost the life of his brother, but for the sake of the money, and we know that he is a greedy person, he came again to share some valuable information from the valuable information of the castle with Rassendyll. So he told that the Princess Philavia has appealed again to Rassendyll that Rassendyll must do something to sort or to settle the issues that were going there. And the John also told that there was a little conflict between Rupert and Black Michael, and they had a little fight with each other inside the castle. So this was a very interesting or very important thing that John has shared with Rassendyll. And we know that Rupert was interested in Lady Moban, and Lady Moban had some type of affair with Black Michael. So the love stories are interestingly, the going there. So for the Black Michael and the Rupert, they both wanted Muban, so they were fighting. A little fight had happened between them. So this important news was shared by John to Rassendyll. Then the Rassendyll tried to collect the more information that what was going inside the castle. The John also told that the health of the original king who was inside the cellar was also, the deteriorating, and his health was going bad and bad. And the Black Michael had also called a physician to look after the health of the original king. And the physician had suggested Black Michael that you must leave this person out of that room, otherwise he will die there. But the Rassendyll forced the doctor that you have to look at this person and you have to save his life. But if you cannot save his life, your life is no more valuable and you will be killed. So now Black Michael had also forced that physician to stay there. So we can say that the physician, the doctor, was also kidnapped to look after the health of the original king. And John also told that Lady Muban, along with physician, they had gone inside the room of the king, and she also tells that the health of the king was uh, dangerously, the going towards the death. So this is the some information. So now there is another person kidnapped. The physician is there, and he's looking after the health of the original king. Then Rassendyll was asking from the John that how they are guarding the king, because two of the six are already murdered, they are already killed. Now they are left with four. Then the John told that the two in the night and two in the day they are guarding the king. He said that only two. Then he tells that near that there is another room and few other people are also there, and they are at the distance of the sound of the whistle. Once they will the whistle, they will reach there. So he shares the entire security plan of the castle with Rassendyll. Then when Rassendyll was asking him to leave and go to the castle, in fact the John was reluctant to go there, uh, but Rassendyll told him that Rassendyll needs him there inside the castle rather than here. Then he gives some valuable message. He was asking about the inside, the security. He says that who's at the main gate of the palace. He said John himself is there along with some other servants. Then Rassendyll gives a letter to John for Lady Muban. He gave a letter that was written in French, and John cannot read it. He gave him a letter and gave the instruction that give this letter to Lady Muban, and there were certain instructions for Lady Muban in that letter. He said that hand over this letter to Lady Muban, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, you have to open the door of the entire this palace. Then the John was asking that will you be there, and he said don't ask the question, just open the door. And he said what after opening the door, he said that run from there as fast as you can. So here the planning is very interesting. The John want sorry the Rassendyll wanted to capture the entire castle. So he made a party. The desperate plan he has made that at 2 o'clock in the night, the Rassendyll will go there. So some of his companion laid by shaped, they will come from the front door, the main gate of the palace, the castle, and the Rassendyll himself will again go from the side of the moat, the river. And the instruction that were in the letter, the Lady Muban, she was asked to make the cries, and she must cry that help me at 12 or 2 o'clock in the night. And he was sure that when she will make cry, the Black Michael will rush towards her, and at the same time, the Rupert will also be rushing there. So some time of disturbance will be created inside the castle, and when the inside the castle there will be disturbance, the party of Rassendyll, they will attack the castle. Some people will be coming from the front door of the castle, and the Rassendyll himself will be coming from the moat, from the river. So he said when there will be a disturbance, when she will be crying, it is quite certain that Black Michael will come there, and at the same time the Rupert will also come there. And when they will be, the looking into the matter, then the Sept along with his companion, they will rush and they will try to capture the Black Michael and Rupert, and they will try to kill them. And he says that the Rassendyll himself will be coming from Moat, and when Rupert will come from the drawbridge from that moat. He will kill the Rupert there, and he will go in the inner room of the king, and he will try to get the king back. So this is a very desperate plan, and though very difficult at the same time. But now we have to wait and see that what is going to happen in next chapter, whether the Rassendyll is able to implement his planning in a better way, whether he can get the desired results, or whether there is any drawback in the planning of the Rassendyll, because he's playing some trick. He's using the Lady Muban. She will be making some cries there, and they will try to capture the Black Michael and his companion, and he will be coming from the river. So the things are getting interesting, and the planning looks very desperate, and it's very interesting. Maybe you can find some the drawbacks with this planning, but very soon we will see in next chapter that how good is this planning and whether it works or not, whether Rassendyll gets the original king back or not. Very soon that will be discussed in next chapter. Dear students, thank you very much for watching this. And in order to see that what is going to happen next, we know that we are in the top of the climax of this novel, and very soon, maybe in the next chapter, you see some decisive action. So let's wait for the next chapter. We will see it very soon. Thank you very much, dear students, for watching this. We will meet you soon. Till then, goodbye.